Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Hey, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, tell 'em turn it out till they get no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last warning, a courtesy call. I am not afraid of the storm that comes.
Happy Monday morning, folks. It's evening. It's evening time. And I said morning. That's right.
It's evening time. Sorry, I'm like trying to not.
What are you doing, man? What do you have? You got like phlegm? You got a little extra?
Cough that's not going away.
So here's the funny thing is I come back from Texas and my voice is 90% gone and I've had to do like the Barry White for the past week. And halfway through the week, Dylan's like, I think you gave me something.
AI, I'm telling you, you gave the AI a virus.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
You brought it from Texas. Or from I'm not gonna say it was from Texas because nothing bad that I know of comes out of Texas.
Yeah.
But it was some other place. You had to have a layover somewhere.
Well, no, I didn't have a layover anywhere. I went straight from.
You know what it was? And it was somebody who doesn't belong in Texas leaving Texas that was diseased. And
That has to be it. Somebody from
infected-
Texas that shouldn't have been in Texas.
It infected the AI.
There you go. And that's how this all works. Real life viruses infect artificial intelligence all the time.
All the
Speaking
time.
of Texas, though, we have one Matt Locke with us tonight. Matt.
Fellas, what's going on?
What's up, buddy?
How you been, man?
I am good, thank you. And thank you for having me on. It's an important day in the life of Mojo 50 Radio.
It is.
It is.
It's like right up there with, Jesus coming back almost.
Maybe.
Not quite.
Not quite. No.
I mean, it's by like that. It's
so close.
This and then
Well, it's close.
Jesus, but
It's Doc talking from the grave. Does that count?
Yes, that does count.
it's close. It's
Oh,
close.
fellas, how are you?
Doing good, brother. So Doc talking from the grave. Talk to me. What's going on?
So about 5 months ago, Doc looks at me and says, hey, you got a minute? And I said, yeah, I got a minute. So like in Doc's fashion, he would always throw out all these ideas. I mean, he was an idea factory. He would throw out these ideas, and we got to the point where we called him Drive-By Doc. You had to give him 24 hours. If he threw out an idea, you let it simmer. If he came back the next day and said it again, then it was going to be an idea that moved forward, right?
It was something that was actually going to happen.
Yeah.
That's right. So Doc approaches me. He says, what do you think about this? And he says, here's what I want to do. I want to create the ultimate Trojan horse for the Democratic Party. And I'm like, okay, you've got my attention. He says, how about if we start a Twitter campaign to get Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on the debate stage of the Democratic Party?
Sorry, my stuff wasn't loaded.
Oh man.
Well,
Okay.
And so where does your mind go initially? That's impossible because she's what? She's 29.
Right, she's not of age.
Constitutionally, she cannot be president of the United States. So why would they let her up on the debate stage? He's like, no, you're thinking about this all wrong. I said, am I?
Okay.
He says, yeah, the Democrat Party, they don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about the rule of law. They only care about feelings. They only care about their narrative. And think about what they've done to social media. He's like, think about what this would look like if Ocasio-Cortez wasn't invited on stage. It would piss off all of her followers who are like Bernie Sanders, right?
Yes, it definitely would. Yes.
Bernie's got all of these mad, crazy, feel the burn, burner butt, type listeners. Well, he's like, that's Ocasio-Cortez. He's like, so you get behind her, and if she gets on the stage, then it's a complete and utter train wreck because she's going to blow the Democratic Party up from within. If she doesn't get on stage, she's going to blow up the Democratic Party because all of her followers are going to be pissed that she didn't get on stage. And he says, and on top of all of this, we can start a hashtag
Oh,
that the left will pick up and run with.
They have to pick it
Let
up.
her voice be heard.
I mean, that there's no better one to talk. I mean, do you remember the and yet she persisted, or and yet she the
He was
and
good.
yets.
Yeah.
look, Doc. If nothing else, like Doc was. I mean, he had great ideas, but he was also like he just had the hook for the hashtags, man.
Oh yeah, he was
just
the deal
had
for
it,
the
and
hashtag.
it's-
Well, and fellas, he understood, because what does social media do? If we went to social media, and I said this on Jeremy's show today, I said this on Dominic's show today, I was on the Daily Mojo, I was on with Sam today, getting this message out because it was important to Doc. But what would Twitter do if it was hashtag arm yourselves? They're not going to promote you.
No,
They
never.
know who you are. Hashtag Trump 2020. They're not going to promote you. But if you take their darling child in AOC, put a hashtag let her be heard, Twitter is going to promote that for us.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
for sure, for sure.
And Dylan, I sent you the screenshot today. If you go to Twitter right now
Yeah,
and
you
you
did.
hashtag and just write in let, the first one that comes up is let her voice be heard. It's
Yep.
already automatically filling.
It
It's
is.
already on the autofill.
It is. It's
Yes.
beautiful.
That is so great.
It is so beautiful. I'm
So
telling you,
great.
this is the genius.
And this is what
And
we've got
so
to do.
And Doc's genius of this all, he knew, he said, Matt Locke, you wait and you watch. This is going to be like a fire. When we light the fuse, he said, we got to do it about a month before the debates start. He said, give it about a good 30 days to simmer. He says, you watch and wait. The left will pick this up, and they will run with it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they won't know that it came from us.
And that'll be the best thing. So it's hashtag let her voice be heard.
Yes.
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 So
yes, yes,
once again,
yes.
this hashtag,
Operation AOC is in full effect, boys.
it's in
Go.
full effect. It is in full swing. Get your guitar strum ready. Make sure everything is on point, because we are going to try and make sure that they let her voice be heard.
Won't that be an exciting?
Oh man,
situation? Oh, dude.
it's gonna be
Well,
be so good.
I have to tell you, I believe today Doc is smiling, because I remember the conversation like it was yesterday, and he'd approached me, and like I said, he was drive-by Doc. So he approached me with it the first day, and he kind of laid out the parameters and said, okay, this is what I envision. He came back the second and the third day with even more details of how she's a Trojan horse, what would happen if we got her there, what would happen if we didn't get her there. I mean, he had thought this process through. So
Yes.
today, in true spirit and in the spirit of Doc Thompson, we started Operation AOC, hashtag let her voice be heard. I have told all the Jill holes, the Jack holes, the Cartellians, the Defenders, the Warrior Legion, the Unleashed crew, everybody I know, go to Twitter, hashtag let her voice be heard.
Everything you do, let her voice be heard. Just put it in a tag.
Yep.
Make sure you tag her
Yes.
at AOC, whatever you're going to do, all the rest of it. And then every time, let's try and do this. Not every time, but almost every time you put out a tweet, make sure you tag it with hashtag let her voice be heard.
If it's to any, especially if it's to any of us.
Yes, if it's to any
Yeah.
of us, if it's to
Any of the
anybody
hosts,
else, heck,
anything.
even if it's to Alyssa Milano, who we're going to get here in just a second,
Yeah, we are.
because
We're gonna get her.
because Cookie's going cray cray.
Cookie is being eaten
she's
by her
helping us.
own.
She's helping the cause.
She is helping the cause. And you know what? If you tweet at Alyssa Milano, at AOC, and then hashtag let her voice be heard,
Yes!
I'm telling
oh my
you,
God, that's genius. That's genius,
Yes!
Steven.
I
You are
am
the smartest guy I know.
telling you, this is going to blow up. This is going to be the thing. We've got to do this. We've got to get it right. Matt, anything else you want to tell the guys before you get off?
No. Oh, ding, ding.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
guys. Spread the word. Make Doc proud. Let's get this thing going. Let's see what this looks like, and let's have a whole bunch of fun with it.
Oh, we're going to have amazing
We're
amounts
gonna-
of fun with it. Matt, thank you so much for jumping in.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Yes, sir. We'll see you
Fellas,
soon. We'll be
see
seeing
you
you
later.
in July. Later.
All right. Bye-bye.
See yes.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Invaded everyone. And then he had to get off. This is gonna be so good.
Oh, it's going to be so great. And I tell you what, it is going to be awesome. But
I love it.
before we get to Alyssa Milano cookies, I need to tell you guys about one of our sponsors, and that is Patriot Mobile.
Yay!
So
Patriot.
you can go to patriotmobile.com/mojo50.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. And if you go there, they will help you find a phone service for you. If you hate all the crap that's going on with the liberal lefties and all the shadow banning and the actual banning and the crap that's been going on and the desperation and the chaos that they've been creating, maybe you should stop funding their causes by working with Big Mobile. Maybe you should check out Patriot Mobile. If you go to patriotmobile.com/mojo50, patriotmobile.com/mojo50, they can waive your activation fees on the spot for up to 2 lines. Plus, with unlimited talk and text starting as low as $25 a month, there's no reason to wait. Join us and the thousands of others who signed up with Patriot Mobile. Go to patriotmobile.com/mojo50. That's patriotmobile.com/mojo50.
That's true.
That's true.
Dylan,
Steven.
cookies.
Yes! So this makes me giggle.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that comes from this woman makes me giggle. But this one especially. So, and this has kind of been going on over the whole weekend. And it has just erupted into a dumpster fire!
Dumpster fire!
Dumpster fire! There
Thank
it is! Yes! We don't have to say it anymore. I forgot to put it on my board. Oh,
I got it on my board, but
good. Well, I'll have to add it to mine later. But
there you
anyway.
go.
So, the ever wonderful cookie, also known as Alyssa Milano. Dumpster fire! Yes, she is. The activist, has taken yet another stand, has tried another tactic in order to try and stop, I guess stop is what she's trying to do, and possibly block or get the laws that is, especially in Georgia, with the heartbeat bill to be overturned, to not become law, et cetera, to show that basically her general disapproval of the whole thing.
Yes.
She has gone with another tactic. And
She
the tweet,
says, yeah. She says what?
the tweet that came out on May 10th.
Oh, it's a tweet. Okay.
Quote.
Mhm.
Wait, hold on. I think we need a little bit of
Mood music.
yeah, here we just
You got it?
our reproductive rights are being erased until women have legal control over our own bodies. We just cannot risk pregnancy. Join me by not having sex until we get bodily autonomy. I'm calling for a sex strike. And I've made it a hashtag, so pass it on.
It's so appealing.
I know. And she even made a little poster. Shows a big giant pink X, hashtag sex strike in the middle of it.
That's great. That's very
And it
cute.
says, if our choices are denied, so are yours.
I'm gonna need you to stop that music there, though.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
I'm gonna need you to stop that because Feminist Next Door came out and said, please stop feeding the narrative that women are providers and men are consumers of sex. Bribing men for equal rights with access to our bodies is not how feminism works. What?
Are you kidding me? No, but see, she tried to argue with that.
Oh.
On the 11th, she turns around and puts Miss Cookie Milano put out saying, quote, history shows that a hashtag sex strike is surprisingly effective. And then just proceeds to put an article from QZ.com saying, quote, history shows that sex strikes are surprisingly effective strategy. Would you like to know what was in said article?
Yes, sure. You go ahead. Yeah. 'Cause I
Are
didn't
you
read it.
sure you want to go down that rabbit hole? Because there's so many things that they actually later attribute to.
I really don't. I really don't. Can you
know.
give me a brief synopsis?
Well, let's see. In 1600, for example, the Iroquois women refused to engage in sex as a way to stop unregulated warfare. The tactic worked. They gained veto power concerning all future wars and paved the way for future feminist rebellions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. In 2003, Lehman Gwabi organized a well-publicized sex strike to end Libya's brutal civil war. Not only did the warlords agree to end the violence, Gwobi was later awarded with a Nobel Peace Prize for her efforts.
Okay, so I've got to get this in here. This is another tweet replying to her. She says, living under the patriarchy has already robbed me of my safety, autonomy, opportunity, and trust in our institutions. Now I'm supposed to give up sex too? And play into the fiction that it's just a bargaining chip, a transaction for women? Love ya, but no.
Hard no.
Exactly.
The best part of this is she threw this out there, and the first thing I thought of when I read this was I feel so bad for her husband.
I know.
Because you know that if she actually was to stick by this, he's probably the only man out of this entire movement that suffers.
Allegedly.
No, I don't think there's any allegedly. I mean, come on, man. To be fair.
To be fair,
if you actually look at all of the stuff that's being said, the comments that has been thrown at her, and she had, I don't have it directly in front. Let's see, it doesn't show it on here. I mean, she had like 20,000 responses.
Oh, I know.
Just a couple of hours.
Yes.
And it's from everybody, left, right, agree, disagree, pro-life, pro-abortion. All of them were like, "You're stupid.
You are a moron.
You're a complete moron." And she just sits there and goes, "No, this is a good idea, you guys." Like, no, pumpkin, it's not.
Oh, here you
You're
go.
an
Here you go.
moron.
I got this. This is a great one. It's 1, 2, 3. It's a 4-stager.
Oh, good, because
It's a
we
4-stager.
can never
So you
have enough words.
buckle down.
Oh, God.
Look, buckle up, Buttercup. You're gonna need it. Number 1.
Erasing LGBTQIA folks from the discussion about abortion-centering solutions, if that's what you can call this a solution, around cis heterosexual sex is counterproductive. Number 2, this idea frames sex as something that hetero women are subject to rather than enthusiastically participants in. Number 3, as poor working class women, black, indigenous, WOCs, repro-right, repro-justice advocates and activists have said for years, access to abortions is very much the matter of class, wealth, poverty, gender, race, and a solution like Alyssa Milano's are reductive and infantile.
Burn!
And 4, sex strikes don't stop sexual assaults from being perpetrated. And I have to reiterate my earlier point because it's really important. But a sex strike gives the impression that women's primary function is a body for cis men to have sex with.
And the best part is this woman, again,
is-
so many words.
So many words.
But for the most part, she's absolutely right.
Yeah, it's kind of there.
What?
I mean, she's coming from the wrong side of things, but
And again, it is a very much a social justice warrior angle, but I mean, she's right. You can't sit here and raise ever holy hell about wanting to be autonomous and having all these rights. One of the biggest things that Cookie likes to push too is the what is it? The thing with the it's slipping my mind right now. I know what it's called. How basically how that women by definition do not have any thing in the Constitution. What is that called?
The patriarchy?
No, there's an actual.
What are you talking about, dude? You're saying that women don't have any constitutional rights? Are you talking about? You're not talking about the vote, are you?
No, well, it's beyond the vote. Like it's how because everything is referred to as he and everything else. It's called equal rights.
Don't worry about it, dude.
Anyway, it's her thing, and like I
understand where you're going with it.
Anyway, like you can't sit here and push to say that women have to have equal rights and everything, and then turn around and then paint them into this picture of, well, we're going to use sex as a bartering tool. Well, again, you've literally just shown that your view of women is nothing more than an object to pleasure a man.
Speaking of objects to pleasure men, did you know that the gun box can house at least one pistol at a time?
At least one.
At least one pistol at a time.
And it's one of them battery powered, or can?
No, it's just a pistol.
Legit?
No, here's the thing: actual pistols. They're completely secure as well. Nobody can get into it other than the person who is designed to get into it.
Oh man. Okay, sorry. Twitter.
It's like a chastity belt for your gun.
That's just nasty.
Go check them out at thegunbox.com. Thegunbox.com. You can get the Gunbox Echo or the Gunbox 2.0. The Echo is great for travel. I don't know. Maybe, ladies, you need to take a little extra in the bag. But if you like to keep it safe and secure in the house, you should check out the Gunbox 2.0. That's thegunbox.com and use promo code MOJO50 at checkout to get 10% off on any order over $159. That's thegunbox.com.
Yay!
Zig the Trucking Gator, hold on. Zig the Trucking Gator says, at Stephen Airy makes a great gay man. I'm sorry I can do that voice well. I don't know. What's
Wow. It was very Valley Girl.
I know. I know.
That one guy in Louisiana, when two lesbians need an abortion outside of rape, she's cheating on you with a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's true.
Asking for a friend, Jackal says, the Equal Rights Amendment?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I knew what it was. I kept but it was.
It was on the tip of your tongue?
Yeah, it was right there, and I could not get it out of there. Also, asking for a friend, Jack Hole. If liberals want to stop procreating, just let them.
Yeah, that's true.
Ruin it with how these things have to work in the past.
So speaking of the tip of your tongue, this is from the BBC.
Oh, this is just nasty.
It's from 2016. It's from September of 2016, but I it's not gotten enough play. So,
wait, what? Say that one more time.
It's from September of 2018. Sorry. 2018.
Oh, I thought you said 2016.
I did, but I meant 2018. September of 2018, but it hasn't gotten a lot of play recently. So,
Dexia is kicking in.
Yeah. Please, can everyone stop drinking their own urine?
Right. How many hashtag stop drinking your own urine?
Hashtag urine face.
Why are we not? Why is that not up there? We need
hashtag you're in trouble.
So bad. I didn't realize that this was an issue.
Hashtag you're nasty.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if you're drinking your own pee, do not ever come to me again complaining about, well, we don't have fresh drinking water. We don't have... Shut up.
I just made my wife choke. It's amazing.
Why would you do that? Why? Why?
Well, so you can get this from an example. Here's an example.
Okay.
Kaylee Oakley, who's 33 years old, she's a yoga teacher from Newton, Kent, claims that drinking her own urine has given her relief from a number of long-term side effects and issues, such as autoimmune disorders, Hashimoto's thyroid disease, and chronic pain conditions from fibromyalgia.
You know what else it's kept her from having?
What?
Friends.
Yeah.
Probably a love
Good
life.
Good breath. She tells the press that she started drinking her own pee when some people call urine therapy. No, you need therapy. It's so different. Therapy. It's not the same thing. Oh gosh, this is not good.
How do you find these people?
I don't know. We'll be right back after the break.
This is so bad. This is right up there with that one chick that was like, was it drinking semen? Remember?
Oh yeah. The vegan who got she got her protein from semen.
Yeah,
from her friend.
It's so healthy. Ball hockey. It's not healthy.
I made 2 people joke today. That's awesome. James in Louisiana as well. That's good times. Hey guys, I mean this the nicest possible way, but we are trying to get this a little bit more active. So I'm gonna put this on the MeWe's. It's D Live. D Live. It's where you can see the chat feed live. You can sign up for free. The more you comment in the chat, the more little emojis and things you can send, and the more emojis and things you can send, the more the site pays us.
Yeah, the better we look, and we're only getting like half of an eighth of a twelfth of a 1/20,000th of a penny, but
right, free to sign up. Just check it out. If you like it, great. It's normally like a gamer site, but there's a lot of conservatives that are jumping on it because these people are, they're very free and open when it comes to making sure that they don't edit their crap.
Almost libertarian in nature.
Almost libertarian in nature, and I love it. So check them out. D Live. Also, go check out Arcadia Flags.
Arcadian Flag at Facebook. Arcadian Flag on the Facebook.
Yeah, it's facebook.com/Arcadian
We'll put it in
Flag.
the link on MeWe too.
Yeah, well, that's also in our
description.
Our descriptions all the time. Go check.
Yeah, definitely check him out. He's going to be on the 9th.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
So good.
It's going to be awesome. All right. Shh. And we're back. You're listening to Defenders Live on Mojo 50 Radio.
Sorry, I had to go refill my pee.
That's fine. I mean, you got to fill it in a cup, or do you have a bottle?
Well, I've almost done with my APR coffee here.
Oh, so it's going to be coffee flavored then?
It is. It's slightly coffee flavored. I figured there's this much coffee left in the bottom of it, like just a little, the little swirl in the bottom.
Yeah.
It's need in the cup to add to it to just.
Oh, you need to just fill it back up.
Yeah. There's no reason. That way, it has a little bit of an extra kick. It's almost like creamer. Instead of putting creamer in my coffee, I
think it's more like adding additional water. It's kind of watering it down.
Yeah, but then you don't get all the nutrients and junk, and I mean that salt flavor is.
Yeah, exactly. And you could be like this girl who's. I heard that urine can reset your immune system, promote general good health, and good for the skin. She says.
Okay. Of course, it's good for everything. Comes to find out, is always good for the skin. Hey, all right, let's be completely honest. Aside from some of these few psychotic people,
like this yoga teacher that took a pose with a mason jar of her own urine and was drinking it.
Yeah. If you turned around, let's say.
Well, if you turned around, that'd be the number 2, and that would not be good.
Well, that's ironically where I'm headed.
Oh, good.
If some big thing came out and said if it was it was a mixture of a combination of pee and poo and semen mixed together, and this sucker would cure every known disease in known to man.
Is this a hypothetical? Are we doing a hypothetical here?
We're playing a hypothetical.
Oh, God.
If this was to happen, how many people would honestly do that?
Hard no.
Thank you. I don't care. I really, it's one of those things that I think Jesus Christ himself could come back and go, y'all need to do this. I'm gonna be like, I need to see some ID. Are you
hard no?
Prove to me that you're Jesus, because I don't think he would have me drink my own pee.
Guess what? You know what that means?
No.
You know what that makes?
What does that make?
That's a drink called
Dumpster Fire!
We need to make one.
No, we don't need to make one.
No, not that. I'm thinking like for real, outside of this stupid.
Okay. Yes, we need to make a drink and call it a dumpster fire.
Call it dumpster fire. Hey, you know what? If we ever get to the level where APR makes us a coffee flavor, I wonder if that should not be what we're called.
The Defenders Dumpster Fire?
Defenders Dumpster Fire.
Dumpster Fire!
Yes!
I think we need to get them on this now.
Oh, I do have it on here.
Dumpster Fire!
There you
Okay,
go.
I knew it was right there.
I
just
think
started-
we need to do this. We need to push DM to make sure that that becomes a thing.
I don't know. We'd have to find a flavor for it. It'd have to have like a
kick.
yeah, I was gonna say like maybe like a pepper flavor or something.
It would have to be like a sweet kick.
Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna
Because
take
a little bit of crazy, a little bit of sweet, a little bit of kick gives you the. Mm-hmm. I think so. I think that's what it does.
I'm down, like Joe Brown downtown.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
I think we can do this.
We need a DM.
Yep. DM the DM and make sure this happens. Now, we have an update.
Beep, 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 beep,
I
beep, beep,
think
beep.
maybe I should give you the reins on this update.
Oh God.
So,
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Do you want me to? Do you want me to do it?
Which one is this one? Is this McDonald's?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to do this. All right.
I'll do it.
No, I'll do it. We need to do it. Let's just bite the bullet.
No, I'll do it. I got it. Okay, I got it. I got it. You know what? I got this. All right. Here it is.
Okay.
There is no prison for the McDonald's worker who tried to drown her newborn in a toilet after giving birth on the job.
Because why would she? I mean, let's be honest. Why would she get prison time? Especially when, if you stop and think about it, in this day and age, when you can kill a baby almost as soon as it literally is sliding out of the hoo-ha, you can kill it. Or it can be botched and lay there and suffering and dying, and nobody has a problem with that. So why?
you
would
could
you
just let it sit there on the cold table and let it die.
Yeah. So why not? Well, I mean, who cares at this point? This is a non-story, really. Theoretically, all this tells me is that McDonald's needs to start having like a chute or something for these instances where women go in and just birth it by, whether they're working or whether they're out what day with the gals or whatever.
You mean
and
like a trash
oh my
chute?
goodness, I've given birth to this thing that I don't want. I need to jettison it.
So kind of like a trash chute of waste.
I mean, why
maybe?
not? Why not?
Why not?
I don't. Look, and this is a story. This is the type of story that I'm sorry, but anybody who sits there and plays this whole, well, it shouldn't force the woman to carry to term and blah blah blah. She shouldn't have to and yada yada. If you do, you kind of like have committed at that point.
Yeah, you kind of
You know
have.
what I mean? Like I get like if this was a premature birth, it just happened all of a sudden. She was at work and just waited. Still very irresponsible, horrible, but fine. To a point, we could get it. But if you have carried the child to term, and you get to that point, and you're like, oh, screw it, I'm supposed to go to the hospital today to give birth, but screw it, I'm going to make my $8.50. Oh, I gotta go. Oh, I gotta go pee. Oh, man.
Man, I've got to take a massive dump.
This is inconvenient.
Yeah, I've got to take a massive dump. Oh, you've lost 35 pounds.
Yeah, this is like being surprised that Christmas came around. It happens every year. You're pregnant at 36 to 40 months. Or weeks. Guess what happens? It comes out. It's not a shock. It's not a surprise. It's there. It's science.
Hello. It's there.
And I don't. Again, there's no reason for this.
Mm-hmm. Well,
To be fair.
Prison.
to be fair, Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, this is the society that we live in today.
I know. In case y'all are wondering, that is the reason why. Everybody's like, why the hell did they pick the longest damn one to go? That's why we picked the longest one to go with, because Steven's like, this is how I make Dylan shut the hell up and breathe for a minute. When this plays, he has to be quiet. On to 10. Whew.
It doesn't matter what you say. You can't be heard over top of the to be fair.
It drags on for every bit of 5 seconds, and it's just
Whoo, goose frappa. Goose frappa, buddy. Goose frappa.
And
Look.
it's this heifer was initially the authorities initially charged the woman with attempted murder, but as part of a plea deal.
Yeah.
As part of a plea deal. This was her second kid, by the way.
Yeah, her second.
As part of a plea deal, she must also complete parenting classes. Parenting classes. I don't think there's anything in the parenting class that she's going to learn that, especially with the supposedly having a child in the first place. There's no way she's not going to learn anything.
Honestly, dude, if she was just trying to lose weight, maybe she should have just checked out Riduzone.
I don't know if that's quite the same thing, but sure.
I mean, really, if all she wanted to do was lose the weight, she didn't have to get knocked up in the first place. All she had to do was try Riduzone.
Or she could go and get a Parasite. I'm down for that, too.
Or a Parasite, or, get Montezuma's Flu or Revenge or whatever you want to call it. But if you go check out Riduzone, look, it's America's first weight loss supplement of OEA.
That's true.
Now, OEA is a natural metabolite. It's in olive oil, but it's also produced by the human body. Riduzone is formulated to aid healthy weight loss. It's safe. The FDA's even accepted it, which I don't trust them, but at least we know it's safe.
That's true.
It's true. The body needs about 12 liters of olive oil to produce the same amount of OEA that's in one bottle of Riduzone. Look, it helps you consume less calories during the day. It boosts your metabolism to burn your fat faster. It's not a stimulant. It's present in your body already, and it's safe. Check them out at riduzone.com, riduzone.com. That's riduzone.com. And if you buy if you get the special, it's a 3-month special. You can get it for 30% off, 3-month supply, 30% off, right there at the site, riduzone.com.
Just to finish the thing up really quick, the baby did live.
Yes.
It is with the father's aunt and doing well, it says. And supposedly the lady says that she was unaware. And she just thought it was a heavy period.
She just thought it was a heavy period. She was also a heavy woman.
Because she said the same thing about the first pregnancy, too.
She was also a heavy woman, so.
Heavy woman. Working
Walking
at
down the
McDonald's.
street.
Heavy
Yeah.
woman.
And that's a terrible thing. We shouldn't push that. But Ontario has pushed a law allowing the government.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Allowing the government. That's why we have a cough button there. To seize children from parents who oppose gender transitions.
Yeah, because that's what we need is the government being able to step in and say, "Oh, your child is mentally unstable," or in this case, literally a child, and we have to, instead of guiding it the way you should guide it and wait until the child actually gets older, you have to let the child. I'm just curious at this point, why is it that there's all these restrictions and all this crap and all these requirements if you have a kid, if the government is basically going to step in and say the kid can do whatever it wants to?
Well, I mean, the kid
What is
can
the
do
point?
whatever it wants to.
Why? But I'm saying, like, why is it that if I don't feed my kid gets malnutrition and the blah 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 and child services comes in? How come I'm going to get in trouble for that? But if my kid turns around, if we're in Canada, and says, "Oh well, I'm a girl dad. I'm going to be a girl dad," and he was really born a boy,
he could be taken away from you.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
No,
like
of course not.
I can get in trouble if my kid eats too much sugar.
Yes.
It's diabetes. But
Walter Brimley.
I'm not doing that tonight.
Inconceivable.
Just saying.
That is. I need it. It makes me happy. But no, you can get in trouble for if my kid does that, I can get in trouble for giving him nothing but sugar and they'll take the kid away from me. Or if he wants to be a girl and I say no, then he gets taken away from me. So what is the point? But yet I have to keep him on my insurance until the age of 26
Yes.
because they're too immature to be able to do it themselves. I don't. Again, I can handle stupidity if it was consistent.
Yes.
And it's not. There's nothing about this is consistent at all. The so-called Supporting Children, Youth, and Families Act of 2017, or Bill 89, was approved at a 63-23 vote, according to the Christian Times. It requires children protection, foster adoption service providers, and judges to take into account and respect a child's race, ancestry, place of origin, color, ethnic origin, citizenship, family diversity, disability, creed,
all the
sex,
rest. Yada, yada.
orientation, gender identity, and gender expression.
Blah, 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 blah. Look, if your kid wants to be an alien, you have to let him be an alien.
Pretty much.
That's it. If your kid says that they are a space alien from the planet Xenon, it does not matter because they are.
All right. Are you ready to hear a quote from the Minister of Child and Family Services?
No. I really don't care. It's Canada.
Quote, I would consider that a form of abuse. When a child identifies one way and a caregiver is saying, no, you need to do this differently.
Look, didn't I say?
Hard no.
If it's abuse, and if it's within the definition, a child can be removed from that environment and placed into protection where the abuse stops. We've actually broke down to a point that abuse is saying, no, little Timmy, you were born with a dang-a-lang between your legs. Therefore, by that standard, you are a male, and you have to be raised to be a male.
So what you're saying is giving discipline is now a form of abuse.
Well, it's not even discipline. It's telling the kid no.
That is discipline.
No.
Yeah. Look, I had to discipline my kids tonight.
Oh, man.
And it was about saying no.
Oh, man.
And I promise you, they didn't like it.
Well, they never do. None of my kids do. Anyway.
And saying no is a discipline.
I'm just saying. It's
you know, when you give a kid a choice and you say, look, here's the choice. You have this option or this option. You have to choose either one. And they say, I'm not choosing either. Guess what? You get to choose for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're a child.
Like what happens when I do it. This is so stupid. People think that, and this is what it boils down to, the whole, well, if a guy wants to be a girl, it has nothing to do with, whether the genitalia you were born with. It has to do with the heart. It always comes back to the heart. A man is only a douche if his heart is wrong.
Yes.
You know, if he is abusive, it is because there's a root cause to it. It's not just that he's violent. It is, but it's not something that you can turn around and say, well, it's just men in general. Just like you can't say that women are, whiny and whatever, insert, nagging and everything, all the downsides that women get picked on for and everything else. It's not that. Everybody is different, and a lot of people are raised a certain way. And if you turn around and start aiming for character and for heart and not for the outward expression, you might actually see the change that you people are striving for.
Yep, you might see the change. But I'm going to switch gears here and tell you about cat coolers because I'm tired of this.
I am too.
So you should go to Cat Coolers because they're awesome. They're rugged. They're made in the United States. They keep your ice cold for up to 7 days. What other cooler can say that?
A brand that we don't care about.
That's true. It's fully customizable, which means that you can put whatever the heck you want on the outside, but they come in 5 base colors, either white, black, yellow, camouflage, or blue collar, which is black, but it has a blue stripe on it when it gets cold.
That's true.
Look, cat coolers are amazing. They're great for what they are. They do a wonderful job keeping your stuff cold when it needs to be cold, and it's fully insulated. It's amazing. You should check it out. Go to catcoolers.com, catcoolers.com. Use the promo code Steven over at catcoolers.com, and you can get 10% off on the discount. That's catcoolers.com.
Yay. Over on the Twitters real fast, Doc Thompson got run over by an Amtrak. Dylan Lyles and Stephen Airy. If you guys want a drink with a little sweet and a little kick and a little crazy, talk to at Food Biz Pros lady friend from Mixed Meta Pours. Make it a cocktail.
We could make it a cocktail, but I want a coffee.
We might do both. See, I'm looking at both. I mean, we can definitely do both.
Yeah.
Peekapool, the Snarky Jackhole, also on Twitters. My only problem with the Finners Live is the TDS. Too damn short. Aw.
Aw. Thank you, buddy.
You.
Thank you there. Hey, thanks, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Okay.
Asking for a friend, Jackhole, also on Twitters.
Mm-hmm.
Do they teach you how not to kill your baby in those parenting classes? Referring to the student.
No,
they don't. I can't verify it, but
I'm guessing no. I'm a guess no.
I'm gonna. It's more like a
Hard no.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking it was a
Allegedly.
but I'm kind of on the
Hard no.
Yeah, it's a hard no for sure.
I'm kind of on that as well.
Baddest ass. Dylan is pissed. Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't.
He was.
I was. I'm
that's why
trying
we're
to
gonna
calm
go.
down.
Look,
We have.
You know what? It's Monday.
It is Monday, and that means
We're going back to the grindstone. So last we left our fabled hosts, we were talking about.
I feel like we need like D&D music now when you say
I know,
it like
right?
that.
I need like epic sounder in the background. It'd be amazing. At last, we left our epic hosts. Yeah. What are we doing? No, we were talking about prayer, right? And prayer is a hard thing to wrap your head around. Why? Because nobody knows how to do it. But I have some guidelines. I have some things that we can work through. I have an acronym we can run. Do you want to try the acronym, Dylan?
You try the acronym. Lay it on me.
All right. The acronym is ACTS. ACTS. ACTS.
Oh. Okay.
Not as an axe, not as in chopping, but an act with an S at the end. And it is a function of how your prayer should go. It is something that you can use to emulate. It is not something that it's a recipe to keep to keep it working. It is not something that you have to be mechanical about, if you understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So with acts, what is the first one? A? It's adoration, okay?
Okay.
You begin your prayers with a worship to God. You should always be focused on God, who he is, how he has done the things that he has done, what he has revealed in Scripture. You need to understand your place in front of God. So adoration is where you should begin. Because prayer without the base understanding of who you are and who he is useless. It means you're praying wrong. So far, we good, Dylan? So far?
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
Okay, so far we're good. All right. How about confession?
Ooh, because everyone wants to do that.
Well, these are my confessions.
Just when I thought I could say it all.
Yeah, exactly. So you have your confessions, all right? Look, you always have something to say, though, right?
Always.
You always have something to confess. There's always self-evaluation, and you should take time to do that. After you've given praise to God, after you understand your place with God, then you look at yourself. So first you look at God. Then you look at yourself. And you review where you are in the standing with God. What is your standing with God? Maybe you've got something to confess. Maybe a few things. Maybe it'll take you an hour. That's okay. God already knows it.
Yeah. The question is, are you willing to
admit it?
To let it go? Because that's the whole point of this is to make you a better person. You are to clean your heart out, to be closer to God. And in order to be closer to God, you can't have things in between you. It's literally like, everybody makes the jokes of having baggage. If you're carrying all this baggage around, you can't get that close because that baggage is between you and him. You have to get rid of it.
How are you going to go in for a hug with all that baggage?
I don't know. How are you going to try and hug it all when you're holding on to that stuff. You have to let it go. You gotta let it go.
Thank you. Everybody got it. Everybody caught it before you even got there.
I know. I just saw it popped up.
We were all
Like,
on this. We were on this like white on rice, buddy.
Ooh, that's racist. That's racist. See, coming from a white guy too.
Stink on flies. Stink on flies.
Actually, it's
Flies on stink.
Flies
It's flies on
stink.
stink. There it is.
How do you know?
I don't know.
It's flies on stink. Not
I think
stink
it's
on
flies on stink. I think that's what it
It
is.
is flies on stink, and actually, stink is not the appropriate thing. But anyway,
Whatever. You know
Anyway,
where I'm
sorry.
getting at. You know
Confessing.
where I'm going with
you got
this.
to confess.
All right. So confession. All right.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing is Thanksgiving.
Got to be thankful.
You have to be thankful. You know, no matter what your circumstances are that you find yourself in, you have to understand that there's always cause for Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
No
Just
matter
every
what.
breath that you take, as corny as it's going to sound, every breath you take,
Every move you make.
it is because he lets you do it, and you have to be thankful for that. Because you could be dead. You could be there. Everyone could sit here and go, oh man, I wish I could be like so-and-so. They've got money and they've got this and they got that. There is always somebody who's looking at you going, God, I wish I could have a car that, barely runs. I wish I had a.
I wish I had that, like.
I wish I had a bed to sleep in. I wish I had food to eat. There's
I
always
wish I had a
somebody
ham
who
and
just looks
cheese
off
every
at you.
single day for your entire life,
Yes.
That'd
There's
be
always
great.
somebody who is worse off than you, period. And you need to be thankful for what you have and where you're at.
I mean, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
You want to wear shot collar?
I do have a girl who looks good, and I call her. But
Stop it. We're supposed to be serious right now.
I am being serious and funny. I have to be both. What do you want? All right.
I don't know.
Look, after you give your adoration, okay? After you confess your sins, and you give thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Okay.
Supplication is next.
That's a 4-letter word.
That is much larger than a 4-letter word.
Well, but I meant $5 word. That's
$5 word.
To
That's
say
better.
and 4-letter come out. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not.
Right.
It's a $5 word. What does that $5 word mean?
Well, look. Well, we remember all the things that we were just asking God for things, and we need to understand that that's not our primary purpose for prayer.
No.
Okay. We also know that God is a good Father who gives good gifts. That's from Matthew 7:7-11. Check it out. It's great.
It's good.
It's so good. It's wonderful. It's fabulous. But we need to focus on God and what God's will is, rather than telling him what he already knows. So our conversation should not be, God, you are so great. I am such a sinner.
We're
Thank
not
you.
worthy.
Thank you for everything you do. Oh, and by the way, could you pay my house off?
Yeah.
That's not how this works. God isn't a fairy.
He's not a genie.
He's not a genie in a bottle. You can't rub him the right way.
Right way.
Okay?
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Hard no.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But you have to pray. You have to pray boldly, okay? But it has to be in accordance to God's word, in accordance to his nature. If you pray for the wrong things, even if you're bold about it, it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
okay? If you pray for the right things, even meekly, it'll matter.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're talking about prayer, that's where we were last week, and prayer is a big subject, okay? It's something that you need to dive into. Maybe you should keep a journal of your prayers. Maybe you should set up a schedule for your prayers.
Highly recommended you do a schedule. Because again, like everything else, if you don't make appointment for it and make
If you don't set a time.
Especially if it's not something you're used to doing, you can't make a habit of it if you don't make an attempt to actually do it.
That's right. If you don't make an attempt, if you don't put it in your schedule, if you don't block out time, you won't do it. Find a place that is sacred to you. Go there, away from everybody else, and pray to God. Get it in there. adoration, confession, thanksgiving, and supplication. That's what God is looking for in you, in your prayers. Maybe you should try it out.
You should.
But before we go, we have some bell counts for the day.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with your bell count grade for the day. Today we had 8 missed innuendo bells, 40 actual bells, 2 horns, and 10 AOCs, giving us a grade of A for the day. Peace out. Good night.
Love
Yes.
that, man.
Oh, he's amazing. And by the way, you're right, Matlock. TDS. TDS. TDS.
We'll talk about that later.
Later, guys.